この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm not ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready. It's Sarazanmai, episode 10. We have this episode and then one more episode. We are truly, madly, deeply in the end game. And if last episode is anything to judge by, this is gonna become emotional. So what happened in the last episode? Well, there was some death. Let's start there, right at the end. Toei's brother, he got dead. And throughout the episode, he caused death. And oof. Somehow that episode, having recently rewatched it, made me feel again this terrible torn apart separation between my sympathy for Toei's brother as a character and my distaste with his worldview, which he seems to die for. I still can't wrap my head around it. It's just kind of amazing, and that's it. It just, wow. I came into recording this video without a coherent thought to say about it, but more confident than I am now in my ability to express what I felt about it, having just rewatched it. When I said recently, I meant this morning. But I don't. I cannot express it. I don't have the words, or I don't know how to put them together in a way that makes sense. But the last episode of Sarazanmai was a brilliantly executed emotional roller coaster that took me up and down and all around and messed with me. And messed with me for a week. That's something. We ended on Toei taking the backpack full of money and just tossing it into the ocean. Or the river, wherever they are. The large body of water. I think the last line of the episode actually spoken was his brother expressing how much of a pain in the ass it is to try and connect. And the reveal of this picture of his little brother with everything else scratched out. Enta's alive, so that's nice. Kepi's back. All the characters are set except for Toei. He's off, away. I don't know if he has a way to come back. Reo and Mabu's relationship continues to... Well, we continue to explore it, and it continues to be and get stranger. At one point in the last episode, Reo fully embraces the Mabu in front of him as the person he knew. And it has to do with the toasty ningyo-yaki that he makes. But he finally accepts him as that. And then that's shattered, torn away from him in a rather horrible fashion by the otter that's taking his place and seeming to replace him for Mabu. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's making me feel things, so I guess it's successful. Let's feel some more things. Let's watch episode 10. I've got it up and ready. Green? Green. I've got it up and ready. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction video. You can find the picture-in-picture versions with the video up there in the description down there. The timer-based version on YouTube will have discussion at the end and a beep timer at the beginning to sync up with your own version of Sarazanmai if that's what you want to do. And that beep timer will go right here. Okay. He's on a clock. Oh, restrained though. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Wait, what? He's bringing them there? See ya. I can imagine, man. Okay. Kurokepi's in there. Yeah. And there are the dishes. You just active. Okay. Asking. Yeah. Oh? So Reo Tamabu. The form of the thing you desire. I don't like this. Holy shit. Okay. Same. But he's becoming. Yeah. Yeah, I'm as prepared as I'm ever going to be. Tell me. Show me. What do we got? Okay. So he's going to be the third? He looks really weird with the teeth. I kind of love it. Okay, so will there be a leakage? So in order to be with him, he has to avoid connecting with him. Has to always withhold. Ooh. Uh. With the in the background. Okay. He's gonna explode. Oh no. Okay, the last dish. Oh, fuck. Ow. All memory. Connected at the end. So, make the wish. Damn it. Make the wish. There's gotta be okay. Good. There are 3 minutes left. So he made the wish. Ha! I had that dream again, the one where I'm on a giant Yantaro and I meet the little prince. Prince tells me to choose between desire and love. But I was scared. That if I chose, the big circle might break. The world is facing another trial. Is it connected or is it not? Punctuated by a shattering dish. This repositions our characters, our cast that we've come to know as the deciding players in a global... I guess I'll call it a war. A global war between connectedness and not. I think this episode does the most interesting thing with Reo and Mabu that it possibly can. And in doing so, I think it maybe creates a bit of a thesis about the show as a whole. Selfish desires can sever connections. It can cause you to turn away and walk away from those with whom you are connected or could be. But to become connected, you also have to understand the desires of the other individual. It seems to me that that's what Reo ends up doing here. When Mabu follows his selfish desires, becomes a Kappa zombie, that also allows Reo to do the thing and to see the truth unfiltered and without being able to doubt it. By doing so, they become connected, but doing so also erases Mabu. They end up as interlinked rings, but they're both gone. Mabu erased from memory. Reo dead. I'm gonna watch the episode again. I'll see you in 20 minutes. There's this moment where, so Kazuki expresses that he's gonna get the dishes back, implied to save Enta. And then immediately Reo's on the scene and he immediately fires at them. So we get this, so we know exactly what's going on, and it's restraint. But then this moment, it sounds like Kepi says, "What?"
What?
What? And that just cracks me up. Okay, I'm gonna keep watching. At this point, okay, so after he's shown up and said what he said, Reo takes them with him down deep into the otter's place, and as they're descending, he behind a desk, as he's been so many times in the scenes where he interacts with criminals who are going to become otter cops, says to them, no one hesitates to give up their connections for the sake of their desires. And then there's this really clear, let me show you. There's this really clear visual split between the three on this side, specifically Kazuki, and Reo alone on the other side. And here they're just separated. And Kazuki expresses the exact opposite. After he says no one hesitates to give up their connections for the sake of their desires, he says, still, I don't want to give up our connection. And Reo's response to this is interesting. It's like jaded, like, dude, you're just like me when I was younger and I still had hope and belief in connections and stuff. You silly fool, it'll never work. But I don't buy this. I don't think that we're meant to believe Reo at this moment, or that he necessarily believes himself. Interesting. In this moment where Enta shatters the dish, he snaps out of his weird internal mental state that's been caused by the otter that's in his nose brain. He directly answers what Reo said before. Reo's previous statement was, no one hesitates to give up their connections for the sake of their desires. Enta is presented with exactly that kind of a conundrum. In this state that he's in, his desire is presented to him in the form of a relationship, a deeper relationship with Kazuki, and he snaps out of it and shatters the dish and responds directly, I want to be connected with Kazuki the same way we always have. Even though he desires beyond that, he values the current connection over that. Sort of a direct response to the thesis that Reo presented him. It's pretty cool. Okay, so then Mabu says that he wants to follow his own selfish desires if he can't have Reo's heart back. Dives into the Kurokepi drum thing. And Reo does the Shirikodama thing. And it's awesome. But I have no idea how to even start talking about it. The revelation that Mabu has like a trigger bomb in his chest, and if he expresses love and connection to Reo, he dies. He severs that connection. Creates a terrible paradox. And Reo, right there, right in this moment, I was the one who didn't understand, realizes that there's far more going on. And Mabu chooses, in the same way that Enta does, he answers this thesis that was presented earlier in the episode. No one hesitates to give up their connections for the sake of their desires. Mabu dies. Knowingly. And Kepi sheds a single tear. I promise I'll connect your desire to the future. Connection and desire aren't mutually exclusive, but Mabu is cast off from the series, the big circle, if you will, of connections in the world, and lands in his pocket. And Reo has lost himself. He fires off grief and rage. lashing out destructively, not knowing what he should do. Kicks Kazuki, and we feel it. But then, in this moment, as he raises the gun, we realize that, like all of the other Kappa zombies, now Mabu is gone and has always been gone. Being removed from connection means being struck from memory. And so Reo, in the midst of the destruction that he's caused, I mean, this is beyond tragic. Far beyond it. He doesn't even remember why he's angry. All he has is this empty feeling. And in this moment, my heart breaks for Reo. He has no idea. But he dies smiling almost. But there's no relief for him. He disappears into a stack of MacGuffin dishes and a pair of interlocked rings. Then Kepi says, "Get some sleep for now," as though they can be brought back. And we go straight from that into this. I was on a giant Nyantaro, and I met the little prince. I was forced to choose, but I was scared. Scared that the big circle might break. But you still have to choose. Is the world connected or is it not? The show deals a lot in opposites and flip sides. Kepi and the dishes that he creates kind of are hope. The flip side of that, Kuro Kepi, is his despair, literally separated from him. Otters say that they are themselves desire, but Kappas aren't necessarily linked to connection. There's not quite a flip side to that. But I guess maybe. But the show doesn't seem to be trying to draw any kind of clear line or divide between desire and connection. The two are interlinked. Like, Toei has a connection with his brother, and his desire is to maintain that connection. That connection severed by his brother's death, his selfish desire is to bring him back, to bring that connection back. Same goes for Reo and Mabu. They both want to be reconnected, and that becomes their individual personal desire. It's not like connection and desire are opposites or even flip sides of the same coin. They're interwoven. Toei kills Reo and then threatens, in a sense, to do the same to Enta. Because Enta's on an immediate death timer. But Kazuki has the ultimate choice, and he does choose. Enta stands up. And Toei says, "I get it. I would have done that too. It makes sense, but I'm just so tired." And then the otter says he will cease every connection in the world and releases despair upon everything. Da 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 darkness. till he runs from it until his brother appears, outlined in red, so we know it's an otter. Let us step outside of the circle together and cut off those pointless connections of yours. And he agrees. He goes with him. And then we fucking end. I don't have words for this. I watched the whole episode again, and I went on another roller coaster ride of nutty emotion that I don't have words for. That makes me feel terrible because like that's literally my job. But I can express what I can express, and I can't express what I can't express. This show's amazing, and I have no clue how to explain why. Fuck. Thanks, Ikuhara. You broke me again. I appreciate that. It's always nice to be shattered every once in a while. I'd love to hear what any of you think about this episode, or what you got from it, or what you think about this interplay between desire and connectedness, or what you think any of these characters represent. Yeah. Anyway, I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to dig up any more buried treasure here. I'm just kind of in awe of the last 25 minutes, 23 minutes of media that I just consumed. It's kind of amazing, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And I hope to catch you next week in the finale. Oh boy. Peace.